There's a big problem with macOS built-in screen recording. I'm going to explain to you why that is, what happened to me recently, and how to fix this problem. 3 solutions. What happens when you record with macOS Screen Recorder is variable frame rate recording. That basically means that depending on how fast your cursor moves on your screen, the frame rate of the recording changes. If I hold my mouse still, the frame rate is going to drop. And this is pretty cool to save storage. And for most use cases, that is going to be enough. But if you record voiceover and want to edit it in Final Cut Pro, you're going to run into some issues. I'll show an example of one of my projects where I've ran into that exact issue. What it sounds like, it's going to shift your audio. While editing, it might look perfectly fine, but after exporting, everything is just going to be shifted and all messed up. You can drag the text. If you hold Shift, it's not going to move from left to right, so you can drag it up or down. I mimicked Snapchat as closely as possible. They do change a specific parameter depending on the background, so you can adjust this yourself in here. More transparent, less transparent. I'm going to go into more detail as let's get into the solutions. And the first solution is quite simple, and it is to use a recording software like OBS. And that is what I'm doing right now. Pretty simple. I can make a video on how to set it up exactly, but again, it's pretty simple and it works super fast. This is, I believe, the industry standard, and this is how most people do it. If you want to stick with Apple's built-in screen recorder, which I can accept, I understand, you will have to use something like Compressor to basically convert your file before editing it. And this ensures we actually have a file with fixed frame rates. And this is important again, so that the program knows exactly where the audio is. You can also cut audio sub-frame, but in exporting it, it just gets all messed up. You saw the example that I showed. I'm gonna go over quickly how you can set this up. I just have a custom preset MP4, basically what you do in Compressor, and there's HandBrake as well, which is completely free and pretty much does the same thing. I'm not gonna go into depth on that because that's gonna make this video way too long, but let me actually show you this. This is my directory for a different video. You can simply drag and drop a video file in here. This is not a screen recording, so it's a bad example. I'm going to take this, which actually is a screen recording. You can do multiple video clips at once, and then you just apply this preset and it's going to add this. I just made this preset because it doesn't have MP4 here. As far as I know, I just did that myself. And now all that you have to do is set it from automatic, which is the culprit, to 60 frames. You can also do 25 frames. You can do 30 frames. Do what you have in your timeline. There's only one exception, and I'll get into that exception in just a second. But once you set this up, everything else can stay the same. It might give you a bigger file, but that's worth it if you don't lose your whole edit in the end. And also make sure to keep the settings correct here, because otherwise you're just gonna mess everything up. You're gonna lose quality where you don't have to lose quality. Once you're done with Compressor, you will find your video, your adjusted screen recording right here. This is going to be a fixed 60 frames now. We can import this to our timeline and edit it and cut the audio really close without running into any issues. Now, this is the second option. Now let's talk about the scenario you have already edited with the variable frame rate file. That would be very bad, but that is what happened to me, and here's how I fixed it. You're going to go into Compressor or any similar program again, and this time you're going to set the frame rate of the original clip or the timeline or whichever it was. If it was variable frame rate for 60 frames, which it most likely is if you use the internal screen recorder of Apple, then you set this to 60 frames, you export this. As you see, you'll get this file. Go into Final Cut Pro. All that's left to do is to go here and boom, click Relink Files, select the screen recording, locate selected. And in here, you can now select the converted file, which as you can see, it did get bigger because we changed to 60 frames from a variable frame rate, which is completely normal. Hit choose, and now the relink file disappears. Now in your timeline, the file that you have edited, the edits stay, and you have your new corrected file. Now there's one thing to note here. This is how you get it to export properly now, because what I kept doing, I shifted everything. Every clip I shifted a bit forward, a bit backward to make it fit again. But then once I hit export, everything was messed up again. You have to do this step, transcribe it to 60 frames fixed, and then you can move it around. And here's another trick. If you hit the T button on your keyboard, go up here and select trim, You can select edges and you can move around. You can also hit shift and your arrow keys. Okay, and there's one other thing that I did, and that is Control D, hit plus, and then enter, for example, 10 frames, and that extends this clip by 10 frames. And I basically selected all of them and added 10 frames, and that for me was enough. Most clips weren't cut off anymore, and then I had to go in manually and adjust remaining clips that I had left over. But again, this is just the worst case scenario. If you didn't follow the previous tips, you can save your project with this and make the process way faster. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If so, you can leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on future tutorials.